Showtime. I'm gonna teach you 3 chords to learn. If you learn these 3 chords, you can play a slew of songs, or really don't even screw around with the songs yet. Just learn these 3 chords and get good at switching between them. You'll probably piss off your neighbors, probably piss off your roommate, but just learn them. And if you get good at switching between these 3, then you open the door to a lot. And you get to what you start to know what it feels like to switch between chords when you're playing songs. So, like we talked about, I'll show you the G chord. So, the G goes first finger on the A string or the 2nd string down on the 2nd fret. And then you go 2nd finger on the E string of the 3rd fret. And then I use my ring finger on what's called the high E. It's also an E string. The names of the strings are E, A, D, G, B, E. Learn those just because when you read it sometimes they write it in that. It's stupid. Think of a stupid way to remember it. I'm sure you can come up with something. So I use my ring finger there, and that completes the G. So the G is just contained in the 2nd and 3rd frets. So that's your G chord. When you play your chords, do your best to hit them in the center of the fret. If you start to get off to the side, that's when your strings will start rattling. If you keep it in the center of the fret, it has a cleaner sound, and you want to make sure that when you hold down your strings, you're hitting them straight on. If you get lazy and your fingers start laying down, that's when you start muting other strings and your chords don't have a good sound to it. So a G should sound clean if your fingers are laying down and you're lazy. That's when you start muting them. But learn that G. You can play it in all kinds of patterns. Just mix it up. Just get comfortable for strumming too. Strumming is something that a lot of people don't explain a lot about. So just get in the habit of strumming up, strumming down, just getting different patterns. Before you start learning how to switch. So a C, you're gonna go first finger on the 2nd string up from the bottom, which is that's the B string. Then you're gonna go ring or middle finger, 2nd finger on the D string of the 2nd fret, and you're gonna go ring finger, 3rd fret on the A string, and that's kind of gives you like a stretch to it a little bit there. So a C sounds like that. With a C, you're not supposed to play this top low E. I kind of let my thumb hang over a little bit and lay on the top of it. That way, if I get reckless, and you know I'm a reckless person, if I get reckless and I hit that E, it doesn't really come out in the chord itself. So, but that's all personal preference. You'll get more comfortable with what works for you the more you play them. So get good at switching between those G's and C's. Start out very slowly at first and switch both directions. Go C to G. What I do when I change chords, if you can see this, I don't lift my whole hand off of the guitar and then put everything back down. I'll move just a couple fingers at a time. So I'll play my C, and then I'll move my pointer finger first and kind of use my other fingers as a point of reference. So I do that switch like that, if you saw that. Like that, that's perfect right there. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you the D chord. If you learn these 3 chords, like I said, you'll be a genius. Ugh. I bought a 12 pack of Sam Adams seasonal stuff probably like a week ago, and I am not proud of cranberry lambic. Oh, it's like a glass of diabetes. I really would not encourage it. But when you're desperate and the wife doesn't get out of work till 9, you will drink anything. I've never used a webcam either. So, D chord. We're just going to go in the 2nd and 3rd fret. You're going to put your index finger on the E, A, D, G, B, E, E, A, D, G on the G string, 2nd fret. You're going to put your 2nd finger on the high E of that same fret, and then 3rd fret is going to go right in the middle of those two. And then press them all down firmly. Your fingers will eventually start to callus over, it won't hurt as much, and your hand will start cramping a lot too, but just keep doing it and just deal with it. And if you play consistently, that stuff will go away. You have to play consistently. Give yourself like honestly, God, it only takes like a week before it'll go away, but you have to play. That's the thing. Even if it's just 15 or 20 minutes a day, you have to play. That's your D. So switch between these. D, C, G. So just mix up your strumming patterns. I don't know if you know the song Bubbly Toes by Jack Johnson. You don't really seem like a bubbly toes kind of guy, but you can play that with just these 3 chords. He actually doesn't play it down here. He plays it in a conversion form of it, so you don't get all that rattling of the strings. But I'll show you that later. That stuff's pretty cool. So learn those 3 chords. Learn to switch between them. You can play stuff. You look up stuff. If you just Google songs that are in G, C, and D, you'll find a slew of stuff. Green Day's Time of Your Life. Ooh, sorry. Mistakes happen. And so on and so on and so on. But learn this and you'll be a hero. And let me know when you need something else. And don't be late to work tomorrow.